Welcome back, guys. This is my fourth video? Fourth? Pretty sure it's my fourth. Um, Decided to go with this tonight. I was going to go out to a girlfriend's, have a few drinks, spend the night, drink responsibly, and play Cards Against Humanity, but unfortunately Victoria has decided to go back into lockdown. So, not happening. So instead, still decided to put a face on because why not? And I'm just having a trashy night at home, watching movies with the flatmates, having dinner, and just a pretty chill weekend. If you want to see how I do my black smoky eye, feel free to keep watching, guys. So I've already done my base off camera. No foundation, no contour, just base. Primer, foundation, moisturizer, and setting powder just to lock everything in place. I went in today with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I like this primer. I think in my last video I mentioned it. I just wanted to try something a little bit different and do something a little bit different compared to my usual Fenty Beauty base. Primer, that word. I'm now going to go in with Smashbox again for their Photo Finish eyeshadow primer, just to do the lid. You've already seen the intro to the video, so you know what I'm going for. A nice smoky eye. Decided, as I said, that I wanted to head out to a girlfriend's, but due to COVID, why am I using a brush for this? Due to COVID and everything going back into lockdown, that's been put on hold. So, a night in. And just pop that. Probably should be using a different finger to that one. Just pop that all over the lid. Cool. So, same with any sort of blend, any sort of smoke out, it's a lot of backwards and forwards, and it's a lot of persistence. It is key. Today I'm going back in with my Crush Cosmetics palette. One of many. Unfortunately, I don't have any more because, well, I can't get any more that I know about. No, it's not sponsored. Wish it was. And I'm just going to go in with this shade all over the lid, just to help set that primer and start to give a base for all the other shadows to blend into. No, the funny thing, not the COVID, funny thing is, as soon as I think about things that I want to talk about and think about things that I want to say, and then as soon as I start rolling, yeah, it's all good. So going back in with the Crush Cosmetics palette again, and I'm just going to go in with the shade next to it, just a nice terracotta peachy type color, just to go into the crease. And start to work on that base. So, question times. Hey, what are some of your favorite YouTubers to watch? I love watching Jeffree Star, Glam and Gore. Love both of them. I actually really want to do some more SFX type stuff, similar to what Glam and Gore does, but not quite there yet. I think I want to get a little bit more practice with that before I start thinking about putting anything like that up. Plus, she's kind of the queen of that kind of thing, so if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. Cool. So now that that one's in, I am now going to deepen that slightly, although I don't have the right palette. Give me 1 second. Did have the right palette. It was right next to me. Smart. So I'm going to go in with the Masquerade by Juvia's Place, and go in to begin with Burkina. So it's just a nice deep brown. Not quite as deep as the Fulani, which I will go in with shortly. But I just want to start building a little bit more depth. And like I said before, this is a lot of backwards and forwards. I'm sure that you don't need to use the amount of colors that I do to get the same effect. It's just the way that I like to do it. In fact, I'm pretty sure that you don't need to use the same amount of colors that I do. I've always been one to go for excess. Just going back in with that same brush that we put the terracotta type shade down, just to help smooth and blend those edges a little bit more. Next, I'm going to go in with the Fulani, which, like I said, is a deeper brown. Just concentrate that more on the outer corner. I'll go in under the eyes and do all of this sort of thing shortly. Just want to get the bulk of the top done. Cool. Now just going to, once again, go back in with a little bit of that terracotta, that peachy terracotta tone. Just blend. Definitely helps and makes life a lot easier if you blend along the way rather than slap it all on and hope for the best. Because in my past experience, it doesn't work. It's literally just a lot of backwards and forwards. Cool. Next, I'm actually going to go in with a pencil. This is a trick that I like. You can use a liquid liner. Yeah, you could use a liquid liner or a gel liner, anything like that, just on the top of the lid to help really give you that bang. I just realized I don't have my powder puff on my hand. And I'm just going in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean. Just a large black pencil. Creamy, blends well, and the powders help sit into it. That doesn't make sense. Powders help set it, and it just gives you that extra bang for your buck, really. I'm just going to go in, I'm just using a paddle. shaped flat paddle brush. Um, just to help spread that and give you a base to put your black eyeshadow on, which we will do in a moment. Cool. So now that that's on, I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown, just individual black eyeshadow. They call it charcoal, they're black. I actually really like their black eyeshadow. I find, you know how sometimes you get a black eyeshadow that I just realized I missed a spot. Yeah, it's fine. Not going out tonight. You can get a black eyeshadow that sort of fades out to grey and doesn't look all that good. I don't generally find that with this particular black, which is nice, particularly when you're trying to go for a full blown black smoky eye. Just patting that where we have put the jumbo pencil, just to help set that. As you can see, it does give you good payoff. It gives you a lot of black. Cool. Now, before I go into blending, there is one thing that I want to do. This is something that I did previously, and it's something that I saw on one of Wayne Goss's videos. And it's akin to tight lining your eyes, and it's just taking a black eyeshadow. You see how there's that little bit of lightness? You just take it and wiggle it. Wiggle it into your lashes. It helps to mask that, and it helps to cover that. Don't stab yourself in the eye. I think I would have learned not to do that by now. But have a look at the difference between the two. This is tight lined on the top, this is not. You can definitely see, or at least, hopefully, see the difference that it makes. And I'm quite possibly going in with the wrong brush for what I'm trying to do, but that's all right. Cool. Now that that's done, if I can find my blender, just going in with a MAC 217 brush, taking a little bit of the charcoal, but primarily using what's already on the eye. If I need to add more, I'll add more, but start with what you got. So, little bit about me. Started doing this in the first video, but yeah, to be honest, that was way too long, so who would have watched? I have just finished my makeup artist degree. Just. Literally got the certificate the other day. And I'm kind of doing things backwards. Normally you find that YouTubers who do makeup, I seem to find do makeup professionally first and then do a YouTube channel. I'm doing it the other way around. Because why not? I do have a freelance business, Punchline Cosmetics, on Instagram and Facebook. Feel free to have a look and see what sort of work I've done. Plus any work I do with clients will generally be put up there rather than on YouTube. Okay. Just going back in with that flat paddle brush. Re-adding to the base. So yeah, just following on from that, I thought, why not give YouTube a bit of a go, see how it works, if I enjoy doing it. If not, then there's no harm in stopping. And continue to work along the way. I still have my Monday to Friday 9 to 5. And the makeup artistry is, I guess you could say it's a hobby at the moment, side business hobby. It's something that I would like to do more full-time and something that I would like to put more focus and emphasis on. But at this point in my life and in my career, probably not the right time for it. So instead, I'll put out videos. You guys can learn along with me. Have fun making mistakes together. All right, so I'm pretty happy with the way that the top's looking. Although having just seen that, I am going to go in and blend that out a little bit more. Like I said, it's a lot of backwards and forwards. Now, just with the smaller brush, I'm going to go back in with that same terracotta shade from before and just start to work under the eyes. Just start to really build that color under the eyes as well. Probably not going to take the black all the way into the corner, but what you plan and what happens are generally two very different things. Next, I'm going to skip the mid-tone shade from the Juvia's Place and just go straight back in with the Fulani. Because I feel like I don't really need the 3 shades under the eyes. Keep poking myself in the eye tonight. And again with the weird faces. I just take a blender and come in under the eye. Just to help merge those 2 colors and start to blend it out and smoke it out a bit. Next, I'm just going to go back in with, surprise, surprise, charcoal. And start to deepen, actually, nope. First of all, yes I am. Start to deepen just really just that outer third of the eye and connect it to the outside, the top rather. Like I said, it's a lot of backwards and forwards. Go slowly, take your time and add as you need it rather than trying to take it away. It will make your life a whole lot simpler. And I do want to bring that black in a bit more. Probably help if I wasn't using such a big blender brush for under the eye, but it gets the job done. Cool. So that is about where I want it. I'm now just going to go in with, when I can find it, just a black eyeliner. This one is just an NYX jet black liner. It's actually, I quite like this one. If I could, I would probably use the jumbo under on my waterline, but a little bit too big to actually get in there. There we go. Now, one of the tricks, you would have just seen it, one of the tricks I like to do when I'm doing my top line is put it in my waterline, close my lid, and then push up a little bit and then run it across the waterline. I find that with the way that I twitch, it's the best way for me to do it on myself personally. But everyone's got their favorite ways and their tips and tricks on how to get it done. But this is the thing I like about makeup. Other than hygiene rules, there's really, or hygiene side of things, there's really no rules. It's up to you what you want to do and how you want to do it. Now, I'm just going back in with that same blender brush from before. Just to help blend out any possibly darker spots from the eyeliner itself. Cool. So, now that that's done, I want a bit of highlight. But then again, who doesn't? So I'm going to go in with Giza from the Juvia's Palace palette again. And just on a touch-up brush by Bobbi Brown, just a flat little paddle. I'm going to take that under the brow. I'll blend it and clean it out shortly. Clean it up shortly, rather. And just take a little bit into that inner corner. I mean, I say a little bit, it's pretty bright and pretty well pigmented, so a lot goes a long way. Now, same brush that I use for that terracotta peachy color, just going to come in and blend out under the brow so it's not quite so psycho. And marry it all together. Backwards and forwards. Cool. So, now, time for the brands. Decided to go in with a pencil today because I switch between pencils and powders on the brow. Depends on what I'm doing, what I'm feeling. But lately I've really enjoyed using this Lime Lily. It's actually an eyeliner rather than a brow pencil. But a lot of makeup products are interchangeable, and the color itself is called chocolate, and I actually really like it because I find it's a good tone for my hair. I do have quite dark hair, as you can tell. May hear some moving around. It's just my flatmates. Twins, sisters, not twins, definitely not twins, they're never twins. Cool. That's done. I'll be right back. Just had to grab contour palette and the blush that I want to use. I've decided that I'm going to go today with e.l.f. Cosmetics in St. Lucia. And just go for this deeper, slightly deeper contour tone, and just with a face blender from Bobbi Brown. I've used this one before and I don't know why, but I stopped using it. I actually really quite like this. I feel like it blends well, it sits well, it's affordable, which is always helpful, particularly when you're on a budget. Because I'm not putting my hair down today. Needs a bit of a wash. Life. just going to do widow's peak. Yes, we're going to call it a widow's peak. I'm not fussed if I go bald. I've had a shaved head before and I know that I look good with a shaved head. Wow, that sounds egotistical. But it's true. Next, I'm going to grab there it is. Just going to now grab the angled face brush. I went about it the wrong way. And just the blush from that same palette. Put that a little bit higher on my cheekbone. Bring it down and blend it all together. I just like the way that when it sits, when the blush is higher on your cheek, how it lifts everything. Found it's a little bit more of a youthful look. Cool. Now that is on, I'm also like I want to deepen it a little bit more, so I'm going to go back in with the Lime Lily. And I'm probably just going to go in with this slightly taupia shade. It looks a lot lighter on camera than what it does in person, or in the lighting at least. And because it's winter, it's going to take a little bit of it. Put it on the tip of the nose. Because let's face it, your nose gets cold. Whatever's left on this, I'm just going to run down the side of the nose as a really light contour. And for highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown in Pink Glow. I need to clean it, but it's nice. It's a peachy sort of peachy pink sort of shade. Coppery peachy pink. I'm using a lot of colors today that don't really seem to go together. I'm just going in with a light touch. I just want a soft glow. Figure with this eye look, let's make the eyes a focus, plus there's already enough glow in the center. Cool. So now that I've got some light back in my face, I need to figure out what lip I want to do. Grabbed a few. I don't quite know. Yeah, too coral. Vampy. Yeah, let's do vampy. So, first of all, I'm just going to go in with the MAC Cosmetics lip liner in burgundy, because I'm going to go slightly vampy and go with Elf Cosmetics in Wine Tour. It's really nice, deep burgundy type color. 1 second. So I ended up changing my mind on the lip that I was going to do. I was going to go quite vampy and do a sort of a plum burgundy. Didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, so I ended up going in with Jeffree Star Cosmetics in Calabasas, his liquid lip, which is here. Probably could have guessed that, right? Went to go and do my lashes off camera and realised I don't actually have any false lashes at the moment. So come payday, that's something I'm going to need to invest in. But I did my mascara just with the Benefit Roller Lash. Good old trusty faithful that a lot of people use, but it's a good eyeliner, good mascara eyeliner. What am I thinking? So that's it. I'm now ready for a night in because, like I said in the intro, can't go out. So it's just going to be a trash bag night, watching movies and eating dinner. Have a good weekend, guys. See you next week.